Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Hello and welcome to I Talk to Ghosts. I'm your haunted host, Jennifer, a spirit medium, and I welcome you tonight to my Spirit Parlour. Please come on in, make yourself comfortable. I'll pour some tea and light a few candles. And tonight, let's talk about the evil eye. Is the evil eye anything more than a mysterious threat? Can you accidentally deal it out? And whose eye is it anyway? Let's discuss this and common ways to protect yourself. This topic may be more unsettling than you think. The evil eye is said to be an ill-defined, malevolent force naturally present in the universe. Think of it as a metaphysical force unblinkingly judging you and ready to put you in your place with an unhealthy helping of misfortune. Other people believe that you deliver the evil eye through jealousy, envy, or hatred. Scoff if you will, but the belief in this concept spans cultures and may even go back 10,000 years. It isn't a spell, nothing is cast, and it can be done intentionally or accidentally. But why an eye? The evil eye is a look or stare that is believed to bring bad luck for the person at whom it is directed. It's as simple and as scary and destructive as that. In southern Italy, there is a term called jettatura, which describes a person who casts the evil eye all the time, every day, everywhere, because they don't even know they do it, so they can't help it. It's like it's a force that just emanates from them with a glance. And the advice given to avert cursing everyone that you love is to wear horns on your head. Not so luckily, there's this old Polish folktale that tells of a man whose gaze was such a potent carrier of the curse that he resorted to cutting out his own eyes rather than continuing to spread misfortune to those he loved. That is some folktale. So naturally, if it can be so carelessly delivered, it's best to fortify yourself and ward against it. So how do you do that? For one, it is said you should avoid bragging, boasting, or calling undue attention to your good fortune. So much for social media, right? There are some very strong cultural beliefs that in order to safekeep your good fortune and happiness, you need to keep it a secret. All of it. But it isn't even as easy as it sounds to keep it a secret because you might not even think that you're bragging. You may have made a harmless comment that you're exhausted from working so much overtime, and someone could shoot you a look because they can't find employment. As a side note, did you even realize the phrase shoot you a look was referring to the evil eye? It's everywhere. And if you happen to be a bride, a baby, a pregnant woman, or a horse, you may be exceptionally vulnerable to this terrible curse. And don't breathe too easily if you're a man. because there are plenty of curses for men that involves genitals or your fertility, so that might be important to you too. Results from the evil eye can take the form of lack of energy and sadness, loss of appetite, head or body lice, excessive yawning, explosive diarrhea, disease, hiccups, vomiting, fever, a sudden excessive biting of your own mouth, even in your sleep, and of course the good old-fashioned sudden misfortune, disaster, or death. Great. Yawning or death. This all might just sound like a random laundry list of terrible things that could happen to anyone without needing any kind of supernatural explanation. So I'm going to include a personal story from someone I actually know who believes she was the recipient of this curse. I had a run-in with what I could only describe as the evil eye. This happened over a decade ago, but it was such a bizarre and scary experience, I still remember it to this day. I was on my lunch break from work when I pulled into a gas station to fill my tank. This was before debit cards at the pump, so I needed to go inside to prepay. My car was close to the entrance, between the island of the gasoline pumps and the store, so it only took me a few steps to get back to my car. As I grabbed the nozzle to fill my tank, I had the distinct impression someone was there. I looked up, and on the other side of the pumps was a man, just standing there, staring at me. He was alone, no other vehicles were parked nearby, and he wasn't filling a gas can either. He just stood there, staring at me with this look of cold hatred. I immediately felt terrified, shocked that someone could be throwing so much hate at me for no reason. I tried to shrug it off. Creeps exist. And I also didn't want to give him the satisfaction of scaring me, even though every instinct was screaming at me to get out of there. And then I couldn't get my gas cap off. It was just frozen in place. And this was before they had locking mechanisms, so I was completely confused. And no, it wasn't winter or frozen, nor was it too hot that it might have caused it to stick. The thing would just not open. Finally, I had to give up and go back inside and get my money back from the clerk. When I came back out, the man was gone. Still feeling creeped out, as if something dark was clinging to me, I got into my car and I went back to work. It weighed on me throughout the day, and I couldn't stop feeling as if something was terribly wrong. Then, I started to feel sick. I had a splitting headache, and I felt like I was going to vomit. I ended up asking my boss if I could go home early, and on the way home, I got a flat tire. Nothing seemed to go right. I ended up spending the rest of my day either in bed or in the bathroom being sick. Luckily, whatever the man had thrown at me seemed to fade away while I hid in bed. The next day, the gas cap came right off when I turned it, just fine. I still can't explain that either. I didn't even know what the evil eye was at the time, but every time someone brings it up, I think of that creepy guy and how he somehow managed to curse my day just by staring at me. So, it doesn't sound like there's much you can do to avoid someone who just wants to throw the stink eye at you. Is there anything you can do besides watch your bragging output to avoid any of this? Many cultures consider compliments a trigger. In Romania, Greece, or India, it's not a good idea to compliment a child or a baby in public. If you do, you may be asked to spit in the child's face to protect them from being cursed. In Trinidad, the evil eye is called malio, from the French words mal yeux, meaning bad eye. Malyo may be passed on inadvertently, but it is believed to be more severe when coming from an envious person or from someone who actually means to curse you. It can happen readily when a person is stared at, especially while eating. The general belief is that doctors cannot cure Malyo. Only people who know prayers that can cut the curse and thus cure the victim. Whether it is intended or not, compliments can cause it, and may even be passed on by a parent who is obsessed with their own child. People believe that Malyo can cause death. And there's a variety of ways to choose from. The dragging kind, where one gets smaller and smaller before withering and dying, and the 24-hour Malyo, said to kill in just 24 hours if effective help is not obtained. Bracelets made of jet are traditionally given to newborns to wear as a preventative measure, while elders also recommend securing a bag of blue dye to the baby's clothes. Blue soap is used in bathwater or to anoint the soles of the feet. Have you noticed the theme with the color blue? The evil eye is exactly why brides wear something blue at their wedding, because brides have a big old evil eye target on their backs. Anti-evil eye symbols invariably take the form of eyes, which is a strange push and push back approach to warding off this energy, but these amulets are actually called evil eyes themselves. The most common color of these amulets are blue eyes, because it is believed that blue eyes were the most powerful cursors, so they fight fire with fire. Eye-shaped beads, stones, gems, and drawings match the evil eye's glance, distract it, and overpower it. Once it's charged with the intention of deflecting, your amulet can bounce that evil eye off you no matter what the differing source. So keep it with you, and if one of your beads crack, it is said to have worked. It did its job. So bury it respectfully. It was destroyed protecting you. It's also a good idea to replace it with a new one, because it sounds like you need it. Another charm is creating a cord of black horsehair from a mare and tying a deer antler to it, and painting silver tips on the antler balances it with feminine and masculine energy. And again, if it all breaks, bury it with honor and replace it. In Bangladesh, drawing a black dot on the forehead of children or behind the ears of attractive women is said to protect them. In Greece and Armenia, the cure is a quick pinch on the butt. Ojo de venado, or deer's eye beans, are used in Latin America magic. You can string these beans with red wool and finish off the charm with a red pom-pom. There are many other amulets and ways to ward off the evil eye, including creative hand gestures. But one other amulet worth mentioning are charms that are symbols to protect your fertility. I'll leave it to you to do your own image search or just use your imagination there. So the concept of the evil eye has been around a long time, and it probably influences society in ways that you may not even have noticed before. So thank goodness there are so many ways to ward it off and protect yourself. And you may think again next time you want to humble brag on social media. I hope that you've enjoyed this spooky exploration of the evil eye. What do you think? Do you find yourself to be a superstitious person? Is this something that you respect and take seriously? Or are you one to brush it off and think that it's just nonsense? And of course, if you have an evil eye experience of your own, I would love to hear about it. You can email me at speaknow@italktoghosts.com or leave a comment where you can in the community so we can keep the conversation going. Personally, I love to keep black-colored stones around near me, such as obsidian or jet or black tourmaline. I really appreciate the crystal work of that frequency protection of drawing in the negative energy and transmuting it if possible. Spiritual hygiene isn't just important during, say, a ghost investigation or if you're going somewhere that has a dark history. Because, like we discussed tonight, evil eye can happen when you're not even expecting it, and it could be unintentionally given to you by someone who really didn't have that intention to harm you. That is, of course, if you believe in such things. But then again, better safe than sorry, right? Thank you so much for exploring this topic with me tonight, and please join me again in the Spirit Parlour soon. You can also join me on Friday for some spooky ghost stories and spirit work. But in the meantime, take care.
Hey everyone, I'm Erica.
And I'm Elizabeth.
We're sisters, wine lovers, and your hosts for the podcast Spirits Uncorked.
In season 2, we're leaving the haunted waters of Lake Lanier in Georgia and diving into all new spooky stuff. Shadow people?
I've seen them.
Haunted military bases?
I've served on one.
Local restaurants with ghostly reputations?
I work at one.
Okay, if something spooky doesn't happen to you, I worry about you.
The paranormal is my normal.
Plus, we'll sip and chat with horror authors, fascinating guests, and test out some superstitions along the way.
Knock on wood.
So uncork a bottle and pour a glass of the paranormal with us on season 2 of Spirits Uncorked.
Get ready for sips, scares, and sisterly sarcasm.
Fear Daily is a podcast that takes you into the shadows of the past, unearthing the 1990s most terrifying tales of monsters, madness, and life after death. Discovered on a forgotten bulletin board server somewhere in Pennsylvania's Rust Belt, these stories are an archive of humanity's strangest encounters with the unknown as told by the people who experienced them. Written by Brennan Storr, creator of the Ghost Story Guys, and hosted by Brandon Schecksnyder of Southern Gothic, Fear Daily is your window into the dark corners of our world. Follow Fear Daily today on your favorite podcatcher to receive new episodes Monday through Friday each and every week.